In today's video, which is part 8 of how to build your dreams, by now you've probably built a side income stream, you're doing even better in the company that you're doing, you probably have your own business, you're building towards that, or you're at least building the vision and the roadmap of how this could be a mega successful thing, whatever it is for you. So in the context of business, applying all these principles, I'm going to walk through my 6-part series of everything that you would need to know to generate a ton of revenue, profit, and income in any business consistently and predictably. Are you interested? Let's go in. Let me walk you through a little bit of history for some context as to how I built this very, very simplified 6-part piece of how to have a really successful and predictable business. I was a right-hand man to a motivational speaker back when I was 18 years old. After that, I stepped into a 100% commission sales job as a personal trainer for Lifetime Fitness, which then turned into a muscle activation techniques specialist. I worked in 4 different cities, 4 different states, all over the United States, different clubs, and I built successful 100% commission businesses, usually within 30 to 60 days, every single time I moved, with an entire different client base and absolutely no following whatsoever. After that, I started my first supplement company with a bunch of friends that grew tremendously. And I personally sold somewhere over like $1 million a month in those supplements. And it's a $1 billion company to this day. It's incredible. I'm so grateful to have had that experience. Not with that company anymore. After Lifetime Fitness, I started my own business doing my muscle activation techniques healing on pretty much like wealthy individuals and professional or semi-professional athletes and just health conscious people in Orange County, California. And I also helped start a supplement company that's now worth well over $1 billion. Super interesting story that we'll get into in other videos. I went mega viral across many different platforms doing video, and I've built lots of different content for amazing brands that impact the world in incredible ways. And now I am the CEO of Rapid Transformational Therapy, multiple 8-figure company certifying therapists around the world that is constantly evolving and growing, and it's just an incredible thing I'm so happy to be a part of. So let me give you some context. Businesses can seem really complicated. When you walk into it and you see all the moving parts, it's like learning a new piece on the piano or on an instrument or going to the gym and learning new workouts. At first, it can seem really complicated. There's all these different notes and chords and rhythms that you need to hit, or in the gym, there's all these different movements and it's just a lot going on. Or if you have a new job, there's so many new tasks to learn how to do. And then after a while, it starts to get more and more simple. And so this is going to be the most simplified version of how I've built a really steady and consistent business for RTT that we're going to grow more and more and deliver even bigger impacts on the world. So step 1, you got to generate leads. There's got to be people that hear about the company in one way or another. Step 2 is you need to nurture those leads. You need to give them something of value. Hopefully, you're only drawing in people that are really interested in what it is that you do. We're going to talk a lot more about that later. Part number 3, you need to create invitations for those people to come deeper into your nurture and into the business. I call that sweeping. So occasionally, you've dusted the ground with snow particles, everyone's their special snowflake, and you're going to sweep those snowflakes up into some activity, whether it's a webinar or a live event or a digital event or a really mega video documentary launch that everyone is going to watch together and be really inspired to come and do more with your company and learn about what it is that you offer. Part number 4 is now that you've got people interested, you've actually got to close the sales. So you've got to make sure you've got a really wonderful sales process, whether that's using concierges and it's building up to a sale. You've got setters, you've got some way to do a really great job at closing the sale. Number 5, you've got to collect and share testimonials of your success stories in your business in a really beautiful way. And number 6, you've got to figure out how to serve those customers deeper and for life, ideally. Because, and this is the key point, if you can figure out how to serve those customers for life in a beautiful way, in a profitable way for you, and they love giving you that money for the value that you're giving them, you create an infinite game flywheel for the business and for yourself, which is beautiful for you. It's beautiful for the customer because you can just constantly make improvements, assuming you are doing something that you love to do, which if you aren't, maybe go back to video number 1 in this series, start creating a future memory and start from the ground up. This is part 8 of this series. So make sure that you are doing everything leading up to this to get to this video right here. So let's break each one down with just a little bit of context. So generating leads, what are the different ways to do that? I'm just going to be mind mapping here and throwing things out. Hopefully this is really helpful for you. So generating leads could be organic social content. That could be across any different platform. They all have their own specialties. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube Shorts are all your short form ones. Twitter and Threads, and I would say Facebook and LinkedIn are all your written ones. Of course, you've got SEO optimized blog posts for writing. You've also got things like Reddit and Quora if you are a really incredible writer. And then you can do a newsletter, because newsletters get shared a lot. And so those are the ways to generate warm, organic social content leads. Of course, you can make long form content, whether that's on Vimeo or on YouTube. And that is my personal favorite way to do it, is organic long form YouTube, since you're watching this video. And over time, you build these warm social audiences that are super interested in who you are and what you do for them in the world. Now, on the other side of it, you've got paid ads. So this is doing advertisements on all those platforms and even more. So you can do advertisements on Google, but you can also do them in hotel rooms. You can do them on billboards. You can go and put out flyers. There's a lot of ways to do paid advertisements. So this is lead generation in general. And it's all about figuring out who is the end result of that lifetime value in part 6 and that flywheel, the infinite game that you're building for someone to exist in. Give you a perfect example of this. Apple is like an infinite game flywheel I'm so happy to be a part of. I love Panasonic, infinite game flywheel. Every time they release a new camera, I'm gonna buy another camera. I'm a lifetime customer. With Apple, I buy all the new MacBooks. I buy the iPhones. I buy the insurance on the iPhones. I have Apple iCloud. I'm a lifetime customer flywheel. It's ideal for them, and I love to contribute to their business. And I want you to think someone wants to be a part of your business in the same way that I want to be a part of Apple, and likely you do too, or Windows, or whatever brands you're super loyal to. So think about that and build a business that someone could be as loyal to as Apple, and then deconstruct where those people are hanging out, and then build content or media, paid media, to figure out how to pull them into your business so that they can know that something as awesome as you exists. Part number 2, nurture those leads. So once I'm in Apple's ecosystem and I haven't bought anything yet, I want to know more about you. Do a big event announcing your new MacBook launch so I can watch for an hour and a half and get really excited about these beautiful visuals and the ideals of what's happening. Make sure you've got your testimonials listed on your website so I can read about them, because that in itself is a nurture sequence. Make sure you do videos all the time with tech reviewers reviewing the content. I'm getting nurtured. I'm getting deeper and deeper education so that I can become obsessed and in the infinite game flywheel of your company. Part number 3, sweep the leads. Create an offer. Say, right now you can pre-order, so it's time sensitive. Say, there's a deal happening right now where I'm gonna give you a bonus something, or a discount off of something, depending on the business model that you're running. Create a way for it to become, oh yeah, let me do that right now. I've been watching all your stuff. I'm kind of interested in your flywheel. Give me the introductory version of this thing. Maybe it's $1, maybe it's $1,000, maybe it's $100,000. Depends on your exact type of customer and business. Number 4, make sure you can close the sale. If I click that buy button, make sure it's so easy. One of the biggest things I talk to business owners about is making it really easy for me to purchase. Make sure it's not a lot of hoops that I have to jump through. I'd like to jump through those hoops ahead of time. As I'm getting swept up, as I'm going through your nurture sequence, as I'm generated as a lead, hopefully you brought in me as the right type of person, and make it really easy when I decide to give you money to take my money. Take my money easily. Number 5, if I love your product as much as you think I'm gonna love it, make sure I can share that with the world, share it with my friends, and share it with you as easily as possible. As easy it is to buy, make sure it's just that easy to contribute and share a testimonial or feedback with you. And number 6, make sure you give me the ancillary stuff I'm gonna need with the product. So, for example, if Apple sold me the laptop and then they made me go to somebody else's website to buy insurance for the laptop, I'd be a little sketched out. I love that Apple makes it part of the checkout process that I can click the insurance, because A, I feel safer knowing that I've got that monthly insurance recurring, but I also know I'm, supporting that company with probably 100% profit in that purchase. And so I've become a part of the flywheel, and I also know that I can trade in my MacBook later to get a new MacBook, so they get even more revenue and profit out of me. I know I'm part of this flywheel. I love it. Give me more. Make sure you create that type of experience and ecosystem for your customer. A lot of other ways to do this, but start thinking about the infinite game flywheel for your business. Your people will love you, share their testimonials, generate new leads, nurture those leads, sweep those leads, sell those leads, collect those testimonials. Give me the infinite game map that I can be a part of with your brand if I love you. See you in the next video.